Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Give me a thumbs up just for the intro.
What is up, guys? It's the homie Bigg Vic, and I'm back in the building with another video. And today I have jumped back into Scalar 2, and when I tell y'all I have found the same ingredients I used to use in Harmony Navigator, as far as chords, progressions, continuing chords that you can use to kind of help you if you're new to trying to figure out what chords you want to play after your first initial chords. I haven't seen too many people really go into depth as far as using the circle of fifths and how you can use that to create and build chords that are not in like the presets. So let me show you guys what I'm talking about and why I'm really digging Scalar 2. And the more I messed around with this, the more I said, yo, this reminds me of the reason why I was using Harmony Navigator when T introduced us to Harmony Navigator. Shout out Red Art Media Studios. So let's jump right into this video, guys. Boom. Right here, if you can see, let me come out of this for a second. So when you come into Scalar, you pretty much see this setup here. This is what you'll normally see inside of Scalar. So what you want to do to even go into the circle of fifths, first thing you want to do is go to your scales here. As you can see, I selected my scales. I picked, here's all your scales here. You can pick your majors, you know, your different types of scales. As you can see, we have a lot of scales that you can use in here, right? So right now, we're just sticking to the major scale, major, minor scales, right? So in order for me to go in here and figure out some chords to use, and I used this technique for these particular chords that I selected, I went inside here. If you look here, it says modulation. If you go inside this modulation, you will find your circle of fifths, right? So the first thing I did, you have progressions, right? So you got your progressions here. And basically, I put my patterns together. As you can see, I went with the G major 9. I started off with that. So I kind of went up here. I picked my 9s up here. Grabbed it, dragged it down here for one of my patterns. That was my first initial. Then I went around. Something that was really unique that I figured out that was also inside of Harmony Navigator was you have something called, you got your progressions here. You have your secondary scale. You have your model interchange. So if you want to change, you see all the chords that are highlighted blue. So these are ideas that you can use to continue building your chords, right? So I'm going to show you guys for a second. All right, so let's go back up here. Let's go to my secondary scale. As a matter of fact, let's start fresh. So I'm going to do a new pattern. I'm going to click that button there, right? So we got pattern 4. It's clean right here. So let's say if I wanted to use my bad, let me put these headphones on. So let's say if I wanted to use let's go to key of C, right? So we got our key of C right here. And I'm using 11ths, right? Let's just say I didn't use 11. Let's say I used 9ths. Grab my 9ths. C major 9, diminished 9, D minor 9, excuse me, E minor 7, F major. All right, so let's say I just want to start building some chords here. Let's just grab this first one. Let's start with the 1. All right, so this is our first initial chord. So check this out. This is what I like about Scalar 2 that reminds me so much of Harmony Navigator now that I really dug a little deeper into the circle of fifths. So if I wanted to change up the scale, right? If I wanted to get out of C major but still be within the scale, I can hit my G over here. See how I hit G? And it shows me a suggested modulation pathway, which basically is the next chord that would sound good after this C major 9. So check this out. Right? That's for a G. Let's see D. I got a couple of more ideas here. So I go. So these are suggested pathways that will sound good with your chords when you're building your own chords. All right, so let's just say we took C major 9, ninth chords, and grabbed this F minor, right? So we got. So let's say I don't want to use the G minor. Let's go to A, and we're going around a circle of fifths. As you can see, nothing is highlighted, which means none of this is really going to sound good as far as our pathway, our flow of how things sound good to the ear. So let's hit E. Boom, we got F minor again, G minor. So let's go inside of G. Let's just try E minor. Nothing. B minor. You got F minor that pops up. Let's see, F sharp minor. Let's see. So we got G minor again, F minor. So let's grab the G minor. Boom. Let's pull that down, drag that on the pattern. So now we have. All right. Now, check this out. We're just going around a circle, right? Let's see here. Let's see what we have next. Okay, now we see something new that popped up. So now we have. Right, we come back to this 5, F minor. So let's play it. Let's bring it in. Or we can do that. So we got. So it all depends on what, what sounds good to your ear and what also fits in that scale. So let's check this out. Let's go over here. Let's go on the outside. Now we went to A sharp. So we have more options here. Check this out. So now we have. You see what I'm saying? So this gives you more ideas using the circle of fifths. So let's go back over here to the F. So let's do this. So we can bring that down. Now we have. And then basically we'll go back to the 1. We'll bring that back in. So check this out. So let's say I hit the C. Let's come back up here. Let's get out of secondary scales for a second and go into our progressions. So now we have. So this is our suggested. So we'll come back to the 5. So let's go into model interchange. Now check this out. I'm starting with the 1. Now let's see if I wanted to come up here to C minor now. You hear that? So let's say if I want just to follow this same pattern here. Got C major 9. There. I like that one. You hear that? So let's bring that. We have that. And we can find another 4, F minor. We got F minor 9. Listen how beautiful that sounds. So let's grab that. And this is us changing up the flow. Listen to it. Again. Let's grab the 5. Hear that? And go to the 7 right here. And then it brings us then we'll go back to the 1. So let's play it with the beat. Let's check it out. And we could also take that, make that 7ths. Well, not right here, but we could have made it 7ths. So let's go back to the 9ths and you can go in a little deeper and even edit this pattern even more. So we can hit this edit button right here. And we can go inside of here and change the octave of any one of these notes, inversions, and semitones. So let's check this out. Let's see it. Let's go down. Let's go up. So you can adjust these. So let's play that. So what I did was, let's mute scalar for a second. And if you like that, basically, if you wanted to just drag that onto those particular chords onto a track, of course, you can get out of this edit window. Just drag and drop it over here. You can drag and drop those chords right there if you wanted to. So let me pull those chords right there. All right. So let's get out of there. I'm going to take scalar, mute scalar, and we're going to play. Well, actually, I forgot to mute this this bass from the other track over here. Yeah, but this scalar is so crazy, y'all. This scalar is so crazy. And yes, we're in Studio 1.5. So let's go back. Let me pull up scalar one more time. So as you can see, you can find the most beautiful chords in here, man. This is gold. It's like I struck gold, because I was always trying to find something, to give me that same feel and simple to understand, like it was for me when I was using Harmony Navigator. After I messed with that for a while, because I like to go in and find different chords and not use just your basic minor, triads, sevenths and ninths. So if you guys haven't used Scalar 2 in this capacity, it's like when I figured this part out, because I haven't really seen too many tutorials talking about that part, this part of Scalar, outside of the strumming, the performance, the keys lock. There's so much that you can do within Scalar. It's just ridiculous. And now that I'm using it with Studio 1.5, it locks right in for me. Locks right in. So, man, start using Scalar like this, man. If you haven't already used Scalar like this thing is straight beast mode. You know, for us guys that do not play like Beethoven, for some of you, I wouldn't even say professionals, but for some of you real guys with them real hands, maybe you don't need scalar too. But I think everybody can use something within scalar, because I don't play like, you know, Mozart and Beethoven and all these guys, man. I do enough to make my music sound good. You feel me? So these tools have taught me a lot about scales, about chords, you know, about stand and key. So these tools are perfect for a lot of, you know, a lot of guys that haven't went to school for music theory. So grab this, man. If you don't have it, pick it up, man. If you haven't seen that part of scalar, I hope I showed you guys something new within scalar. Once again, make sure you thumbs this video up, share it if you like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's your homie Bigg Vic, man. Y'all know what it is. Always hustle, never stop growing. Into the next video. Peace.